The biggest Club World Cup in history is already showing signs of falling apart. Despite a billion-dollar prize pool, the presence of global superstars like Lionel Messi and matches held in some of the most iconic American stadiums, tens of thousands of seats are still unsold just days before kickoff. The opening game between Inter Miami and Al Ahly is set to take place at the 65,000-seat Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, but reports suggest fewer than 25,000 tickets have been sold. For a match headlined by Messi in his own backyard, that number is embarrassing, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. This isn't just about one game. Across the tournament, ticket sales have been sluggish, with prices dropping to as low as £17 for group matches that should have drawn major crowds. Even fixtures featuring Champions League giants like PSG and Bayern Munich are struggling to attract fans. FIFA hope to bring world-class club football to America on an unprecedented scale. Instead, they're facing the reality of massive empty stadiums, a disengaged American audience, and a marketing strategy that might have completely missed the mark. The warning signs were there from the start. FIFA's decision to use a dynamic pricing model, where ticket prices shift based on demand, quickly backfired. Instead of creating urgency, it exposed how little excitement there really was. Prices for some matches plummeted to just £17, while even group stage games involving clubs like River Plate, Urawa Red Diamonds and Al Ahly were being flogged for under £30. In cities like Seattle and Charlotte, you could get a front row seat to watch continental champions for less than the cost of a night out. Then came the U-turns. FIFA was forced to quietly introduce a value tier, slashing prices for knockout games by more than 60%. The final, originally priced at a jaw-dropping £717, dropped to £241, a desperate move to save face. But by then, the damage was done. Fans saw through the inflated pricing strategy, and many chose to stay away entirely. Even die-hard supporters from Europe and South America, who would usually travel the world for their teams, hesitated. The hype just didn't match the reality. FIFA bet big on the American market, but it's starting to look like they misread the room. The US might be obsessed with sports, but football or soccer still has to compete with the NFL, NBA, MLB, and NHL for attention. And without the stakes or historic rivalries that fuel the World Cup or Champions League, most casual American fans just aren't biting. Even Messi, the face of the tournament, hasn't been able to generate the buzz FIFA hoped for. His own team, Inter Miami, couldn't fill a stadium in his home city, raising serious doubts about the tournament's appeal beyond hardcore football fans. The timing hasn't helped either. Slotted in between domestic leagues winding down and international competitions ramping up, the Club World Cup feels more like a scheduling inconvenience than a global spectacle. For many fans, it's unclear what the tournament really means. Is it prestige? Is it just money? Or is it simply a flashy experiment trying to mimic the Super Bowl without understanding why people actually care about football? Behind the scenes, even the players aren't entirely sold. Many are treating the Club World Cup like a glorified pre-season tour, especially those from European clubs who just wrapped up grueling League and Champions League campaigns. There's growing concern that top talents may not give 100%, either to avoid injury or because they see the tournament as more commercial than competitive. When a billion-dollar prize pool is on the line but players are mentally checked out, it raises serious questions about the tournament's integrity. And while FIFA tries to frame this as a real World Cup for clubs, fans aren't buying it. Social media is filled with posts mocking the atmosphere, showing clips of half-empty stadiums and lackluster crowds. Some are already calling it the most overhyped tournament in recent memory. For an event that was supposed to be historic, it's starting to feel more like a soft launch, awkward, underwhelming, and painfully expensive to watch. What's worse is that FIFA seemed completely blindsided by the lack of buzz. Back in April, President Gianni Infantino boldly claimed he wasn't worried at all about filling stadiums, pointing to packed American venues during pre-season tours. But those tours featured novelty matchups, star-studded squads, and a carefree vibe that fans enjoy. This tournament, it's been marketed as something bigger, more serious, but without delivering the drama or urgency fans expect from a World Cup. Even the format hasn't helped. 32 teams scattered across massive US cities with little local connection has made it difficult to build momentum in any one place. Unlike the World Cup, which thrives off national pride and storytelling, this edition feels fragmented and impersonal. Add in a confusing schedule, unclear stakes, and limited broadcast visibility, and you've got a tournament struggling to justify its own existence.